Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint.
Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 240. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is selling licensed products for fun and profit. Selling licensed products for fun and profit. Now, before we get to today's episode, I just want to share a few things with the BEB family. Number one, my new book is out, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. So if you're interested in building a successful, sustainable e-commerce business, please go to anewblackwallstreet.com. Pick yourself up a copy. It's $14.95 plus shipping and handling. Now, if you need additional assistance building your successful, sustainable e-commerce business, and the key word is sustainable, please go to educatedecommerce.com. I've created a compatible course that goes along with the book. Just go to educatedecommerce.com and you can enroll in the course. Now, for all of you Black product producers, I've created a platform where you can upload your products for free and connect with Black consumers worldwide to sell your product. Just go to BeSmartByBlack.com, upload your products, and now you can connect with Black consumers worldwide. BeSmartByBlack.com. That's what we're talking about, family, circulating the dollar in the Black community. Now, for all you freelancers, so if you right now freelance on Fiverr or freelancer.com, I created a platform for Black freelancers. It's called HireBlackFreelancers.com, HIRE, BlackFreelancers.com. So all you Black freelancers, you can connect with Black consumers and Black businesses worldwide who are looking to hire Black freelancers. Now, also, if you are a first-time listener, I want to welcome you to the BEB family. A lot of times I keep forgetting to do this because I think you guys have been with me from day one. So if you are a new listener, welcome, and please stay until the end of today's episode where I'll give you all of my social media contact information, and please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Welcome to the BEB family. Now, today's episode, selling licensed products for fun and profit. Selling licensed products for fun and profit. Now, you guys know I'm big into e-commerce, right? And so selling licensed products is another way to get into the e-commerce business. And there's a lot of pros and cons with this, but I'm going to talk about that in today's episode a little bit later. But let me just define what selling a licensed product is. So what you're doing is you're obtaining permission from a company, which is considered the licensor, to manufacture and sell one or more products with that company's brand, image, or logo on the product. I'll repeat that. You obtain permission from a company who's considered a licensor, and you'll be the licensee, to manufacture and sell one or more products with that company's brand, image, or logo on the product. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of examples right off the top so you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So if any of you guys have younger kids that watch cartoons, I don't know if it's still on, but there's a cartoon out there called Doc McStuffins. Right. And Doc McStuffins is very popular here in the United States and also in the UK, actually all around the world. And so if you ever go into a Walmart or a Target, you may see a Doc McStuffins book bag. You may see a Doc McStuffins notebook. So what you have to understand is the creators of Doc McStuffins didn't manufacture that notebook or book bag. What they did was they licensed out the Doc McStuffins image, and companies, manufacturers, and people like you and I will go in, apply for the license, and then we'll have those book bags or notebooks or whatever manufactured, and you can sell them directly to stores like Walmart or Target, or you can sell online direct to consumer. Same thing with Barbie. I was upstairs in my youngest daughter's room not long ago, and she had a bunch of old stuff in a box, and I found a pair of Barbie slippers. And so once again, Barbie didn't manufacture the slippers. The slippers were manufactured by another company who then sold those slippers either directly to consumer, or they sold it to a retailer, like once again a Target or a Walmart. Now, the new Transformers movie came out a little while ago, Bumblebee. So I've seen Bumblebee stuff all over the place. You'll see obviously the toys, but you'll see the clothes and the shirts. I saw a guy the other day, a little kid the other day, who had a Bumblebee sweatshirt on. Once again, the Transformers, I don't know if that's United Artists or I don't know who's the producer of Transformers, but they're not creating the clothing lines or the clothes. Once again, they're licensed by people or companies, and then they go and sell those products. All right. Now, one of the biggest industries out there is collegiate licensing. So if anybody's a sports fan, college football and basketball are two of the biggest money makers out there. Okay. NCAA football and basketball. So I have a friend who is actually from Alabama, who is a big Alabama Crimson Tide fan. And we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, actually. And he was saying, I've never been to an Alabama football game, but we were just talking about some of the products. So if you just imagine the T-shirts, the hats, the stickers, you could be bumper stickers. You could have stickers you put on your computer, the pom-poms, the chairs with the Alabama Crimson Tide logo, the grills with the logo, the flags, everything associated, a physical product associated with that, somebody had paid for the licensing rights to sell those type of products. And so it's a huge billion-dollar industry. And we're talking about just the States. This is worldwide. So you have a lot of anime cartoons. People license that. You know, there could be something big over in the UK that's not big over here. And if somebody jumps on it, they can start, get the licensing rights to something that hasn't even come over to the States yet, or vice versa. And so now there's pros and cons, and we're going to get into that. But the way that I really got into this, and this was years ago, I actually had licensing rights for Temple University in Philly, where I graduated from. And so I would sell hats, T-shirts, and a lot of other knickknacks to Temple's bookstore and also bookstores around the area. Now, there's several things. You want to get creative because everybody's got a T-shirt, everybody's got a hat. So a lot of times you have to look for other products or creative products where you can differentiate yourself than your competitors. And that's one of the cons, but we'll talk about the pros and cons later. Now, I'm talking about collegiate sports, but once again, it could be anything, such as a cartoon, Doc McStuffins, Barbie, it could be Transformers, whatever it is. Years ago also, after the Temple University licensing, my business partner and I, we talked about licensing Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, the old cartoon. Now, this is before Bill, was doing whatever he was doing. We don't know what it was, but it ain't good. All right. It didn't look good. So we talked about licensing that so we could put it on T-shirts and hats. We just never moved forward with it. Something else that I looked at licensing, which was ridiculous when I finally got the pricing. I'm a big Three Stooges fan. And so I looked at licensing. This was before their movie came out a couple of years ago. I looked at licensing the Three Stooges image. And at that time, I think they wanted $30,000 plus royalties. So when you license an image or a logo or whatever, you have to pay an upfront application fee, and then you have to go and pay ongoing royalties. And royalties can run anywhere from 1% up to 4 to 5%. Usually it's going to average about 1.5% to 2.5%. So if you sell $1 million Three Stooges lampshades, you're going to have to pay a royalty on that each and every year. So there's pros and cons, and we're going to talk about that. Now, if you're interested in collegiate licensing, that's licensing your college logos and images, there's two companies that are really big into that. The first one, which is the largest, is called IMG College Licensing. IMG, Internet Mary George, collegelicensing.com. And just to give you an idea of some pricing, if you wanted to license the logo or image of 10 schools, the application fee would be $900, plus you'd have to pay royalties. Okay, that's for 10 schools. And I think for one school was $100 plus royalties, but you have to go and contact them to break it down. There's another company that's called, Fermatacampus.com. It's spelled F as in Frank, E-R, M as in Mary, A-T-A, campus.com, Fermata Campus. And they only handle a few of the bigger schools, University of Georgia, Kentucky, Miami, Notre Dame, Oregon, University of Virginia, and Wisconsin. Okay, so if you want those schools, you have to go to fermatacampus.com. Everybody else pretty much is imgcollegelicensing.com. So those are two places if you want to license collegiate schools for images. These are the two places that you need to go. And the reason I'm really talking about this this vertical is because I have experience in the vertical, and it is a huge vertical, crazy. Now, there's another resource I want to give you guys. If you're interested in this, there is a publication, a monthly publication called licenseglobal.com, licenseglobal.com. And so you can go and register for their email monthly newsletter, and you can learn a lot about the licensing industry, licenseglobal.com. They actually have I think it's an event coming up in June. I think it's in Vegas, but just go to licenseglobal.com and you can learn a lot out of there. They have a lot of resources for you also. Now, here's a real life example of somebody that's taking advantage of this licensed product industry. I was actually listening to a podcast. This was several months ago, and I also read about this. There was a gentleman named Matthew Hoffman, and he was at a baseball game with his son, and he was looking around, and he said to his son, I wondered if this guy was a Muppet, what would he look like? He said, I wondered if this guy was a Muppet, what would he look like? And so he and his son started talking about it, and they were laughing, and then it hit him. He's like, man, that could be a great product idea. So what he did was, he said the next day he started working on this idea of creating baseball players that look like Muppets. So it'd be the team and also the individual player that look like Muppets. So in order to be able to get licensed to do that, he had to go through Major League Baseball. They control their own licensing. And so over a period of time, he got approved for that. And his company is doing millions of dollars in sales each and every year. And he's in Major League Baseball. He has NBA figures, and he also does Marvel superheroes. And once again, these are plush dolls that kind of look like Muppets, but they have the team logo and there's individual players. And all because he was at a baseball game with his son, and he came up with that idea, which turned into a multi-million-dollar business. And so we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of selling licensed products for fun and profit. So some of the pros, and this is really one of the biggest things, is the brand is already established, so it sells itself. Now, I talked about some major brands out there like Doc McStuffins, Barbie, Transformers, Major League Baseball, NBA, and all that stuff. But whatever license you get or go after, make sure that it's already established. There's no need to pay for a license for something that isn't established, because that's just like starting your own thing, because if nobody knows what it is, then it's going to be harder to sell. So the number one pro is if the brand is already established, meaning it sells itself. So if you get licensed to sell Alabama gear, you know that that's established and it sells itself. All you have to do is have a competitive product at a competitive price and you're going to sell something. Okay. The second pro is demand is built in. You don't have to create demand for a lot of these larger brands. It's already built in. Demand is built in. All right. Another pro is you can sell directly to retail stores because you get the brand recognition. So, for example, when I sold this was pretty much a no-brainer. I was selling Temple gear to a Temple bookstore. But just imagine, like, I went to University of Virginia a couple of weeks ago with my daughter. I go into the Walmart and I was looking for a sweatshirt. Everything that they had in that Walmart was University of Virginia. So I bought a chair, one of those big fold-out chairs. I bought that. I bought a couple other things. But those products are manufactured by somebody that has a license to sell University of Virginia products. So now you can actually sell to retail stores easier because it has brand recognition. And what I will tell you too, if you get minority certification for your business and you're selling University of Virginia apparel or whatever, and you're talking to Walmart in Charlottesville, Virginia, where the university is located, that's almost a no-brainer, right? Now, yeah, you're going to have money for inventory and all of that, but now you're not trying to come in and sell your own brand. You're selling something that's already established. So now you can go directly to some of these bigger retailers and start selling to them directly because you're selling something that's established. So that's another pro. All right. Now, if you get a license, and I'll just continue to use this example of University of Virginia, you can sell direct to the consumer. If you have a retail store, whatever, you can sell direct to the consumer via online or retail location. Or, once again, you can sell wholesale. So you can sell to Walmart. You can sell wholesale in bulk. So once you have that license, you can sell direct or you can sell wholesale. Now, also, another benefit is you have many product options. So it could be a can opener. It could be a lampshade. It could be a bumper sticker. It could be a t-shirt. It could be a hat. It could be a watch. It could be a spatula. And speaking of spatulas, there's a company out there called Sportula, spelled Sportula.com. I think it's Sportula.com. And what they did, which was pretty cool, is they got licensed to do a lot of the major college, licensing logos. And they actually put those on spatulas. So when you're grilling and stuff like that, it had the logo on the actual metal part of the spatula where you scoop it up. And what they did is they sell direct. But during Christmas time, they actually have kiosks, or they sell to people that have kiosks. And now they're selling the Sportula products for them. So they're selling direct online. And they've also been selling to retailers, people that have kiosks and carts in malls during the holiday season. So you can sell these all types of different ways, direct to consumer once again, or wholesale. But any product that you can think of that you can put a logo on, you can make money off of. You know, I have the wall plates that go around your light switch, right? I got a couple Eagle wall plates. The Eagles didn't manufacture it. Somebody has the licensing rights. And they said, you know what? We want to make wall plates that go around the light with the Eagles logo. All right. So that's another thing. You have so many different product options when you do licensing. Also, another great thing is if the brand goes down or, something happens to it, guess what? Go and get licensing for another brand. So it's not like you're married to this brand forever. If you see that the sales are going down, the market is oversaturated, go ahead and find another brand that you can license. And so you can have multiple licenses, at any time. So those are some of the pros. Now, here's some of the cons. All right. It costs money to get that approval. Now, the collegiate licensing, I gave you the example. You can get 10 schools for $900 plus royalties. So that's real good. That's actually even better than when I was in the business years ago. All right. But if you wanted one school, I think it was $250. So it all breaks down. You got to go to imgcollegelicensing.com and fermatacampus.com, or go directly to whatever licensing entity you need to find out what the cost is. But the Three Stooges, they wanted $30,000 plus royalties. And that was ridiculous to me. So obviously I didn't move forward with it. One of the other cons is, all of your products must be approved. So they're going to want to see samples. Before they give you the approval, they're going to want to see samples. So you're going to have to show them the image. So if you're doing a University of Alabama license plate, you're going to have one made up. Get a sample made up and send it to them so they can approve it. Okay. Now, another con is with those licensing rights, you also have royalties. So everything that you sell must be accounted for, and you must pay the royalties on. And normally they're quarterly royalties. So you're going to have to send in a report, a sales report on periodic basis, and then you're going to have to submit your royalty checks. Because these companies like IMG College Licensing and FormataCampus.com, they handle all of that stuff for the schools. Okay? And their legal departments and all kinds of stuff. So they're going to make sure that they get those royalties paid. All right. Another con is it's competition, and it's a crowded marketplace. So that's why I said if you can come up with a new type of product or something a little different that not everybody has. There's so many T-shirts. There's so many hats. And yes, you can be creative with the verbiage as long as the logo and image are that of whatever school or whatever entity you're dealing with stays the same. That's fine. So you can play around with words on the T-shirt. So it could be, Alabama Crimson Tide, and then you could have a slogan or something under that. But that image has to stay true to whatever their image is. Okay. So competition in a crowded marketplace, that's another con. And another con is you're always looking for new products. So you're not necessarily going to ride a product for 50 years, 30 years, even 5 months. So you may have to start looking for different products. And what happens is there's an application for each product that you put in. You can get an overall approval, but if you're going to start out with license plates and now you're going to do T-shirts, there's an application fee for the T-shirt. So every product you have, there's going to be an application fee. So it's not just one application fee and you can do anything you want, and they have to approve you. And what happens is if they have too many in one product vertical, unless you have something special, then a lot of times you may not get approved because they're protecting their brand. Okay. So those are some of the pros and cons. Now, if you really want to take it to another level, right? We're talking about selling licensed products. You can actually be the licensor. So if you've created a product, a character, or whatever, and it's that popular, then you can actually start licensing out your product. Okay. Now I'm gonna hip y'all to something. I'm working on a children's book series. Okay. I'm kind of based around my family. Not going to use our names, but my family and I have been talking about this for a while. And some of the situations when my kids were younger, we just talk about and we laugh about. So we're creating this series, a children's book series. And I think it's probably going to focus on maybe the age range, or I guess like 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, kids that are reading and want something entertaining, but also with a message. So one of the thoughts was, okay, if this becomes popular, the monetization aspect from selling the book is fine, but how about the additional opportunities? I was talking about Doc McStuffins with the book bags, with the notebooks, and it doesn't have to be a show that's on TV. This is a way you can monetize something that you're doing. Okay. So if you really want to go deeper and you have a product or whatever, or something with intellectual property that you can monetize by licensing, they do it. It takes a lot to get to that point. So with this book series that I'm creating with my family, I'm not looking to have anybody else sell the license. It has no value right now. The first book isn't even done. Nobody's reading it. Nobody may ever read the damn things. So, but if it does get kind of popular, the other monetization strategies is to actually add additional products. And because it's for elementary school kids, I would look at products in the elementary school realm. Once again, book bags, notebooks, could be sunglasses or whatever. And so the characters, I'm building out the characters, and the main two characters are going to be my daughters at age 9 and 6. That's the estimated age. So we're going to put all types of stuff in the books. Obviously, there's going to be lessons throughout each of the stories, but it's going to be from a perspective of a 9-year-old and or a 6-year-old. Okay. And my wife and I, we just they're the focus and we're just there. Okay. But hopefully it'll turn into something, and you never know. You might see my stuff in Walmart. All right. And if you do, please pick it up. All right. I need that. All right. I'm messing with y'all. But so that's how you can take it to another level. So we're going to rehash real quick. Selling licensed products for fun and profit. There's money in licensed products. There's money in licensed products. So you don't have to go and create or reinvent the wheel. If you want to sell something that already has an established fan base, look at college sports. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're looking at professional sports, that licensing fee is astronomical. Astronomical. All right. You may have the money, but if you're local, and I know college football is real big a lot of times down in the South. So if there's not a real pro football team, I look at my cousin, University of South Carolina. I mean, he loves going to the games. The games are crazy. 80, 100,000 people out there. That's their home team. Even though the Panthers aren't too far away, that's their home team. Alabama. You look at like that. So that's huge. So if you're in a market like that, and I use the example of University of Virginia, every store, be it Walmart, Target, whatever, around that campus has UVA gear in it. And UVA isn't selling it. It's people like you and me and other companies that are going in and making tons of money in the licensed products business. So don't sleep on that. I like to try to give you guys some ideas of some type of businesses that you may not have thought of before. And once again, it doesn't have to be in the sports realm. It could be anything. So you can go Google licensing rights for whatever. Okay. So you see board games, right? You could have there's different Monopoly games. So somebody has the Monopoly rights, and then it could be Black Monopoly. It could be whatever. So you can buy the licensing rights to all types of stuff. All the toys you see in Christmas. Once again, all of those are manufacturers. Like Mattel may buy the licensing rights since they're huge, to the Transformers or something like that. But all of those toys, they're usually done through licensing rights. The company that does the movies isn't making the toys. Okay? So that's the concept, guys. Piggybacking off of something that's already out there and established and making money from that. So I'm just going to recap real quick. Licensing products basically is obtaining permission from a company who's considered the licensor to manufacture and to sell one or more products with that company's brand, image, or logo. Okay? Brand, image, or logo. And I use the examples of Doc McStuffins, Barbie Slippers, Transformers, University of Alabama football. And once again, if you're interested in the college scene, go to imgcollegelicensing.com or formatacampus.com. But if you just want general information, licenseglobal.com. That's a trade magazine, licenseglobal.com. It's free. You can go on there and they have licensing information and resources about a whole lot of stuff. So some of the pros, guys, of selling licensed products. The brand is already established, meaning it will sell itself. The demand is already built in. You can sell to retail stores easier, meaning you can get your product in the big box stores a lot easier if you're selling, Alabama University t-shirts. You can go into Walmart in Alabama and sell them. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys too, if you get or designate yourself as a minority owned business, a lot of these big box stores have programs where you can get your products into these stores. So don't sleep on that. Okay. Also in the food space, I've seen at University of Alabama barbecue sauce. All it was a private label barbecue sauce with the Alabama logo on it. Okay. Just stuff, any product any product that you see out there, you can slap a licensed logo on it. Okay. Obviously you have to get approved for it first, but I'm just giving you guys some ideas. Another pro is you can sell direct or wholesale. You get the license, the permit. Now you can sell direct to consumer via the internet, or you can sell it to a store and wholesale it. Also, you have many product options. It could be a lampshade. Like I said, anything you can put a logo or image on, you can sell it. And also, if the brand goes bad or peters out, just find a new brand and get on that bandwagon. Now, once again, some of the cons, it costs a lot of money. Not a lot. It depends on what you want to do. But it costs money. And also, all products must be approved. So if you're thinking about a product idea, you're going to have to submit a physical sample of that product. Okay, so if you want to sell grills, you're going to have to get a grill with that image or logo on it, and you're going to have to submit that sample. Okay, they're not going to take a picture, a photo, anything like that. They want the physical product. So that can hold you back too, depending upon what your product is. Also, you're going to pay, in addition to the licensing rights, you're going to pay royalties. So for every sale you make, every dollar you make, there's a royalty that you're going to have to pay to that institution. Okay. Also, it's a competitive and a crowded market. So that's why if you can come up with something a little bit different, a different product, I don't know, there's probably everything under the sun has probably been done. But if you can come up with a product and brand it, that would be great, because you won't have as much competition. And also, guys, you're always going to be looking for new and additional products, because the life cycle of any product, is limited. But the great thing I tell you guys about college sports is people are hog wild. They're fanatical about it. Okay. So you could be a college football fan for 40 years. Then, your children, your children's children. So it's an industry that's billions of dollars in revenues from the field and off the field. And I really talk about that because that's how I started with the Temple stuff. But today's episode, guys, selling licensed products for fun and profit. Do not sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. And it's something a lot of times, if you're in the e-commerce and you're trying to think of a product to sell, this is an easier way to get a product. Now, once again, you got to jump through a couple of hoops with the application and all of that. And I'm going to tell you, too, they're going to ask you for probably $2 million in liability coverage, general liability, even if you're selling T-shirts and hats. And that's just part of what they do. And $2 million in general liability coverage is not going to cost you a lot of money. So don't be scared of that if you go on one of these sites and you see that you need $2 million in general liability. But it's going to cost you a little bit of money. HBCUs, huge. The MEAC, the MEAC conference, all of these different conferences. So when you go to the MEAC basketball championship, you see those shirts, right? MEAC champion, whatever. Somebody, you pay for the licensing rights. So if you're around a college, start just investigate. Where do you see these products? You go into your local Walmart. You see your college stuff in there? Your local college, in the Target, in the convenience stores. So don't sleep on that, guys. Selling licensed products for fun and profit. Now, before we close out, guys, I say it each and every week, but I mean it. Please continue to spread the word with Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the podcast and the blog. Every week, guys, we get more and more downloads. And once again, that's attributed to the BEB family. Please continue to spread the word. I appreciate you guys and thank you so much. If you need to connect with me, anything long, all right, I got a DM the other day, man. It was like 5 pages. But anything long, Hit me on my email at jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com, JAYJONES at blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, JJones001. That's JAYJONES 001. Instagram, JJones for real. JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. YouTube, please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and search Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and please hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more coming on YouTube. The show does come out every Monday on YouTube, but there's going to be additional content that's specific for YouTube. And I got a couple of surprises coming up within the next couple of weeks. But please go to YouTube, go search Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, and subscribe to that. For my BEB text line, if you want to be included in for notifications and reminders about special events, I need you to text BEB, like Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, to 555-888. BEB to 555-888. LinkedIn, connect with me. Look for J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Please connect with me on social media, on any and all platforms that you feel like you want to connect on. I love you guys. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.